Welcome back. So now we're going to understand the get and post HTTP methods. So when you have a form, if you remember this was in the previous chapter when we were starting to create controls. We had this source code, and in here we left the action empty. Just put the dots here. We have the method get and post. So we are going to use get, or even if we do not use it, what happens? Let's see. And here we have to give the name of the script that is going to receive the data. For example, we say form.php. We're going to code it. So we run the program, refresh it. We just enter test and age 12, for example, and I submit it. It is not submitting because the control that we had for the button, for the submission, let's delete this button, extra button. We had type is equal to, it was button, I share it to submit now. If we run this again, test and something, and we will get empty because our form.php is empty at the moment. What we can do is we can print the get, the data coming from the get method. So what is the get method exactly? If you see here, you will see after the form.php, the script is appended, the data is appended to the URL. After question mark, your fields equal to the value, and separated fields are separated by an ampersand sign. So this is the get method. When you set, even if you do not set it, the default method is get. In here, the method is get, and you can put it small or capital, whatever. If we run it again, if we refresh it and enter something, and we submit it, we'll see that the data appears here. That means if you omit the method from the code, it's going to be get by default. So get means to send the data through the query string, through the URL. Now we have the post method. This is the secure method. This is the method used by pretty much every next application on the web, secure application. We're going to change the full name to name. So practically there's a field called name and the field called age. And this name equals to means the attribute, a property of the current field. So we are going to use and submit this with the post, and we're going to refresh this page. We're going to say, okay, my name is Ali and I have 12 years of age. Now nothing is happening. You cannot see in the URL. Yet if you refresh it, the browser is going to ask you to resubmit this. And you confirm it, it's going to resubmit. So let's get to the PHP file. In here, what we are going to do is we are going to print out the array that we receive is post. This is the array that we are going to receive, which is going to be the post, underscore post in all capital. So we'll see what happens. You see the error has been printed out because the browser is not capable of printing the next line field. That's why it's showing you in single line. Otherwise, if you go to the source code, you're going to see that it has printed it the same way we have been seeing in console. So, and you can do it with the get also. This is the form that has been submitted. How do we access individual elements out of it? So I'm going to print just the name, because we know it is an array and it is an indexed array. As you can see, name is there already, which has been specified here. And if you submit it, you're going to receive it here as a name. So I'm just going to resubmit the form without going back, and I'm going to see the name has been printed out. And same you can do is of age, and I append something else, concatenate actually, I should not be saying append, and that's it. You can see it says Ali is of age 12. So this was it for now, and let me know if you have any question regarding this. The form is really so simple. It was discussed in your previous chapter. You can find the lecture about the form. If you missed it, just go again and check it out. If it is button, it's not going to submit. If its type is submit, this attribute type is equal to submit, the button is going to be the one that is going to submit the form it is enclosed in, it is embedded in. I hope it makes sense. Thank you.